What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a new How Cheap episode. Now, this is the fourth one that we've done since we did the original 5 or 6 videos. Today is going to be the first one of a completely new one that we haven't done before. First 3 that we did were revisits of 3 other videos. We might do some revisits of some of the other older ones, and we do have some new ones like this coming up that we haven't done before. So with the other ones, I did talk about when they actually aired and the prices of everything back then, that we won't be talking about that now because this is a new video that we haven't done before. So before we get into that, big shout out to the new sponsor of the Josh Wiley channel is the Arms Society. A bunch of apparel you can get from their website, and they do sell some training aid stuff as well. So be sure to check them out at thearmsociety.com. Now on to the video. Now I am actually, depending on when you're checking this video out, I have started building one or getting ready to start building one. But we're building one of these, but a retro clone build. Now obviously when you're doing one of these, you can do a few different variations of this because different year groups, there was different changes down the line. This one is that I'm actually building, and the parts that I came up with are actually based excuse me, on the late 60s. The reason I went with this is because my wife's grandfather was in Vietnam. When he first got into the service, he was at least still using the M14, and before he got out, he actually used the M16. So I wanted to build mine just like the one that he actually carried in Vietnam. So that's why we're doing it this way, and we're seeing how cheap we can actually pull it off. So we're going to go over all of the essential parts that you need to pull this off and how expensive it's going to be. At the end, if I can add, we'll add it all up and see how expensive the overall build will be, and we'll go into everything you'll need and stuff like that. So let's hop right into it. Okay, buffer tube kit. Found one for 40 bucks. Obviously this is different than all of the other ones I did because this is going to be a fixed one, not a collapsible one like I've been talking about in pretty much all the other How Cheap videos. So there's an A2 retro build, so you're gonna need the fixed one. Cheapest one I can find was the whole entire kit. You can get the whole kit for 40 bucks. And obviously I can't post any of the links to any of this stuff on here, so bear with me with that. Lower and lower parts kit are gonna be the cheapest that you can get. The lower is obviously, like all the others we've talked about, is completely stripped, so you have to get the parts to put in it. So the lower is going to be 50, the lower parts kit's going to be 50. The upper, I wanted to go all like legit into this build, but see how cheap I could pull it off. So we're talking about the carry handle upper, not a regular flat top upper. So complete carry handle upper, still stripped. The cheapest I was able to find was 120 bucks. And when you get this, you'll actually have to get an aperture kit, which will be for your rear sight. You can find those as cheap as $25. Now, since you get the stripped upper, like I said, you have to get the aperture kit. You'll need to get a dust cover and forward assist. I just am going with the cheapest ones that are out there, and you can find both of those for $10 each. The cheapest Freedom Seed tube that I was able to find, granted, depending on how you're going to do this, this can vary widely. And this is not the actual one that I'm putting on mine. I think mine is going to be a 20-inch with the correct gas system on that. This one I was able to find cheaper because it's not that one. So this, depending on what you're going to do, could vary. The cheapest one I could find was $70. Now, handguard, like I said, depending on what you're doing with this, what years you're trying to put it in, handguards are gonna vary a lot. The one that I'm actually going with was $40. Did want to mention, forgive me, I cannot remember the website, but there is like a retro build website that has a bunch of the different accessories that you might need a real good selection of stuff that you might need if you're doing one of these builds. Just if you're searching retro build, stuff like that, you'll be able to find it. They've got a lot of stuff specifically to that category of build. The handguard, the cheapest one that I could find was, I think, from them for the one that I need to do what I'm doing was $40. Obviously, you might be able to find one cheaper, and depending on which one you're doing, you might not be able to find one as cheap as that. Doing a regular gas tube and block, you can get those in a kit for as little as $10. Oh, I misspoke, sorry, gas tube, $10. Gas block are different than the other builds that we've talked about in the How Cheap series, because you're going to need the gas block front sight post, which is, you can't get a regular small gas block for like a free float handguard. So getting that, the cheapest I was able to find one was $40. If you're doing that, you'll need to get a front sight post to go in this, and you can find that as cheap as $15. Rounding off the list, regular flash hider, $10, charging handle, $15. BCG, you can find one of those as cheap as $70. Some of these things might be in a sale. You might be able to find some of the stuff cheaper than what I've talked about, but that was pretty much everything I was able to find not in a sale, or not in a sale that they have on a regular basis. Adding all that stuff up, you're going to be at $575, which is pretty reasonable compared to like all the complete ones that you can buy online. Building your own, obviously you're building it probably cheaper than a lot of those out there, but you can build one of these for $575. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't checked out any of the other How Cheap videos, there is a playlist on the channel called How Cheap, and you can see all of the original ones we did. We did 5 to 6 videos 2, 3, 4 years ago maybe. I've had a lot of requests to revisit some of those and make new ones, so that's what we're doing. I've done 3 before this one, newer ones, that were revisits of 3 older videos that we did, and this is the first one of a new one that we haven't done up until now. So if you like this kind of thing, be sure and let me know down in the comment section below. There will be more probably coming out, maybe some revisits. There is new ones coming out. If you're interested in seeing another one revisited that we haven't revisited yet, be sure to let me know down in the comment section. So be sure to like this video if you found it interesting at all. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Usually I ask you what you think the next one's going to be, and if it's a revisit, I'll tell you, obviously, if it's a revisit. If it's a revisit, what you think the next one is going to be, and if you think it'll be more expensive or less expensive. At the time of filming this, I don't think I know what the next one's going to be, so I don't know. But you can still comment down below and let me know what you want it to be, or let me know what you think it might end up being, because I don't know. So be sure to get down in the comment section. Like, comment. If you haven't yet, get subscribed to the channel. Check me out on Instagram at the Josh Wiley channel. Post a lot of pictures over there of stuff that hasn't come to the YouTube channel yet, something I'm making or projects I'm working on, that you'll probably see videos coming out on the YouTube channel later down the line. Sometimes I'm posting pictures and video clips on there of stuff that I'm working on that might not actually make it to the YouTube channel, but be sure to check me out on Instagram. Be sure to check out the Armed Society at their website. Big shout out to those guys for sponsoring some of these videos on the channel. I think that's it. I think so. So do all those things I just mentioned. Check out the next video, whatever it may be. I don't know. I'll see you guys next time.